Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
When drunkenness meets intellectualness meets bro science, you get bro soup time. This is Dean and the Boys.
Welcome, everybody, to Dean and the Boys, brought to you by Bro Soup Time. I look around the room. I see some really beautiful humans. To my left, we have Mr. Ryan Manheath. Let's go. We have Big Black Bronson.
What's up?
We have Mr. Slut.
What's up? What's up?
And we have Big Bad Bab.
Buh.
What's going on, guys?
Rock. I don't know. I'm digging Bab's shirt over here, like cheetah, zebra print thing. I don't.
This is my favorite shirt.
I like the whole get-up. I think you look great.
You're embracing summer already.
Oh,
I
I'm
like
ready
I feel like
for
Lil
it.
Wayne
I'm
wore
ready
that
for
at
it.
one point.
I mean, that'd be a solid Cancun like cocaine outfit.
Oh,
like
I mean, it still
I'm doing
smells like
cocaine.
cocaine and ecstasy.
I brought my
Just
peso.
kidding. Just kidding.
Always have your peso ready just in case.
Oh, yeah. Eric's a big peso guy. Does he have it? There it is.
Oh yeah, it's out. Oh, he keeps it in his phone case.
I forgot it was there. until the
Hey,
other day.
keep it there, man.
That's a
You're
power
lucky.
move. That's a
I
solid
was,
power
I was
move.
looking at my phone the other day and there was like a lump. I was like, what the fuck's going on with my phone? And I was like, oh yeah, that's where I stashed it.
How much is one peso worth? Like a hundredth of a cent?
Like 10 cents.
It's ridiculous.
Depends what you used it for.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point.
So, how's everyone's week?
Week
good.
Week was good.
Long.
Was good. Week
Long,
was
long,
good.
long.
Weekend escalated.
Yeah, that's cool.
Quickly.
Let's get into that right now.
All right.
I missed out on it, so I want to hear about it.
You were invited.
I know.
Could
I
have
was,
been
I was
there.
having a chill week. I'm still nursing my wounds from Mexico.
Yeah.
We ready to get down.
And
just
for the record, his feet, it must have been Mexico that got him all swollen. Because they look
Thank
normal
you.
now.
Thank you. Mercer just has a weird foot fetish.
Well, no, I think it's just I only ever see them when we're at the pool, so it's hot and they must swell up.
I don't know. Let's.
Being in the water.
We don't have.
back to back
Moving
weeks
on.
of Eric's feet.
But thank you, Babs, for standing up for me.
Yeah, I got
right.
you.
So
I feel like I reopened some wounds from Cancun this weekend.
So
Whoa, what kind of wounds were those?
A lot of pinky rings are missing.
he's not lying.
Like
He's
that.
not lying.
Did you guys actually bring pinky rings with you just so you could say that?
So Friday, Bronson, Ryan, and myself decided to go out. We're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna go to our normal spot. We get there, it's a little slow, and we had joked beforehand, about a picture that we wanted to take. Mm-hmm. We all had some ones left over
From Mexico.
From Mexico. So I was like, "Hey, let's take this picture," and we just threw them all on the coffee table. Took a Snapchat. Oh, Bronson sprinkled some 20s to make it look classy.
Obviously.
Sprinkled some
Well done,
20s.
Bronson.
Thank you.
Ryan had some freshly laundered money.
Yeah, like just literally came out of the dryer. Forgot they were in my pocket.
There you go.
So that was on there, and we were just like, "So is this happening?" And we just sent it to our big Mexico Fiesta group chat and put it on Snapchat. And we were just joking about going to the strip club.
I don't know if we were really joking because you both were like, we're very serious. I was very apprehensive because I know myself at strip clubs. You guys were like, I mean, we've talked about it so much. We might as well just do it. We might as well go.
No.
Yes, you fucking were. Don't lie to me about
we
this
both
shit.
remember it way differently. You convinced me to take mine because I was like, "We're not really going to go," and you're like, "I'm bringing mine." So then I went and got mine, my money.
That seems a little more correct.
Nope.
So we get our money, we hide it in the truck so no one can break in and get it. Bronson was really worried about that.
Super weird.
So we're there, we're having fun. We talked about like if we were going to go, we were going to leave early. Like we were going to test the waters at the bar, and then we were just going to leave early and go to the strip club. Nope. Got real friendly with the bartender. Gave us some concoction.
I don't know. I know there was Goldschlager and Jaeger and Red Bull and something else.
You're talking
Call
about
it-
the normal bartender? or-
Normal
Like
bartender.
a
Yeah,
Jaeger
Dave.
Call it
bomb.
applesauce, but it was weird.
Oh, okay. I've had that before. People call applesauce different things, but yeah.
But it was delicious.
It was delicious and it did the trick. Like
It hits you hard.
Got
Yeah.
jacked up on
So-
Red Bull, Jaeger, and Goldschlager. That's a fucking mixture for a perfect
then we-
night.
And I think we had already had shots before that. Bronson and I go outside to smoke. We come inside, go to the restroom. We get in there, and Ryan's in there, already there, and he's like turned around like he's done. I thought he had puked. But he did not. He did not. He had a sneezing attack,
which I get frequently.
and he did not look. He was in a rough spot because
I look like my eyes were watering. Like I
Yeah.
probably had 15 sneezes in a row. So like I looked like I was.
so Ryan.
hurting.
When Ryan looks at you and says, "I'm fucking drunk," you know,
Whoa,
you know, you had yourself a night.
it's about to happen.
So the night goes on. By the way, did you,
Well, Bronson, I don't know about you, but myself, I put down probably a 6-pack here before we left for the bars.
Yeah. I kind of slowed down a little bit once we got there, but
I did not.
I was.
I don't think I did. I didn't slow down.
I
They were
was-
tasting good.
Like I was priming the engine, and then like as soon as I got there, Ed was pedal to the metal, and I was not stopping.
full fucking throttle.
Yeah,
So
things
we-
happened.
So the bar closes. We're outside, and we're just sitting there debating, like, are we fucking doing this? Are we fucking doing this? And Bronson and I kind of go off, and he just starts negotiating with the taxi driver. And we go.
Don't remember that part.
We go and get the money. We go and get the money. I mean, before we even get to the truck, Ryan's going, "Where are you guys going? Get in the car. Get in the car." And we're like, "We're getting the money." He's like, "Okay."
You guys didn't even Uber?
It was the you know how they have like the line of taxis out front
Yeah.
or whatever. So that guy was like, "Where you guys wanting to go?" And we were just kind of bullshitting around, like talking about where we were wanting to go. And he goes, "Oh, I got a guy right here. He's coming over right now." He just comes over and I just start talking to him again. I'm like, "How much to get out there?" And I thought I was negotiating. I was not
You
negotiating.
guys went to L Town, didn't you?
Oh yeah, we hit up the outhouse.
Oh
Yep.
God.
Should have just grabbed some beers for the road.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We didn't have any roadies. There was no way to buy
no.
beer. So we went out there sober. I was out drinking water out there. Mr. Bronson fell asleep on the way out there.
I had to be up at like 7:00 in the morning. And
Classic
it was
Bronson.
2:30
Yeah, at that point.
at that point, like before we got in the cab.
What is it with you guys and passing out and partying situations? Ryan and Cancun and
Oh yeah, in hardcore situations too. In Ryan's case,
Well, I mean, I wasn't out that long, and I came to real quick and
but it was super
Raged.
funny to look over and just see you like mouth open, eyes closed, leaning on the bar, just passed out. Wow,
at least I wasn't face down.
I just remembered that. Now now that you painted the picture, I was like, oh, I do remember that.
What
Yeah,
night
it
was that? The
at
first night?
no, that was the second night in the club.
I don't remember.
We met our lovely lady from Springfield. That I need to find her.
Was I there?
I don't know if you were there. I don't remember a lot of things,
That makes sense.
but yeah. So we made it out to the outhouse.
Remodeled, looks lovely now.
Yeah, remodeled.
Very nice.
The
lovely.
VIP room is not a room anymore. It's just like a raised platform, so everybody can see you.
No.
So did you guys
So I
all?
was like
more.
waving at Bronson and Mercer. I was in there getting dances. Like, hey guys.
So did you guys all fall in love then? I take it.
No, not as much. Or maybe I just showed more self-control. I really enjoyed the lady I met. I mean, I really enjoyed her company. And then right after me, Bronson enjoyed her.
That's good friends right there.
Yeah. So Ryan went in, got a dance. Boom.
Well, I said no to the first one, and then like another one came over. Was like, is this going to be like this all night? So I might as well just get a
Isn't it
dance.
the worst? Like I remember when I was in
Like
Florida,
used car salesman.
Yeah. I got tricked into. She was like, the first song is free, and then it's $20 after that per song. And I was like, all right.
And you never
And I
hear when the
did
songs end.
2 songs, and then all of a sudden I owed her $60. I was like, what the
Ooh,
fuck?
homegirl tricked you.
She did. I was fucking pissed.
that's
I was
scandalous.
super pissed.
So we get in there, and then Ryan
I fell in love. I always do. Every time I go to a
Well,
strip club,
you
I
didn't
fall in love.
with the first girl. He got his dance. He
like
came
you
back,
said.
and then homegirl came up to me, Rose, lovely lady. She came up, and I was like, "Yep, with you, yep."
Wait,
What-
so all three of you guys got a lap dance from the same girl?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Then I went to I had to go to the ATM. Was not prepared. She's just sitting there staring at me. By the way, $8 fee to get your money out.
That's actually fairly cheap because I
Yeah.
know like in Vegas that was like $20.
Yeah, I've been to most of the ones I've been to. It's $20. It's like
I like how the universal amount is $20 though, even in
then, like,
Vegas.
$20
even in
minimum
expensive
at the
places
bar.
like Vegas, it's still $20.
yeah,
Yep. So
fucking worst.
I got my dance right. I mean, I sat down. Ryan comes in with the girl that was on stage. She's really good at her job. Because Bronson and I were sitting there watching her while he was getting his dance, and she was making eye contact. I felt like she really liked me.
I thought she cared.
I thought we had a connection. And then she just comes rolling into the VIP section with Ryan. I was a little hurt. But
I'm sitting at the table by myself, like, oh, Perfect. I should probably get one of those.
So I'm done before him. I go to the table.
I'm not going to touch that.
I go to the table, and Bronson's sitting there. Rose comes up to Bronson now. I was like, hey, you should take this one for a ride, cuz.
No, literally, Mercer, no, you should really get a lap dance from her. And she was like, yeah, it's your turn. And I was like, oh, shit.
And then I just
All
saw
right,
he
I
just
did.
goes, fuck it, let's go.
There was a fucking moment, for sure.
So now he's getting a dance. Ryan never shows back up.
I fell in love.
It was a comfy chair. I know about that about
Then
Ryan.
Bronson comes back. And now we're just sitting there enjoying our time, throwing a couple
scenery?
dollar bills. Yeah, enjoying the scenery. There's a couple dudes out there that were just passed out in their chairs.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah. So I didn't feel as bad sitting there by myself like I was fucking Steven Glansberg. These guys over here just passed out. I was like, at least I'm up. I'm being active. I'm throwing a dollar bill.
Throwing dollar bills at people.
Yeah.
Did you lay down on the stage at all?
No, we never did that.
No, that's terrifying.
They did. I did think they asked us at one point, like when we first got there. I think they asked us, and then we were like, "Nah, we're not gonna do that."
We're not there yet. Because the buzz kind of went. I wish we would have had some roadies.
Yeah.
Were they not selling?
No, they don't.
No, they
alcohol?
don't.
They don't have a liquor license.
Because it's
Oh,
BYOB.
Oh, okay. Damn.
So
that
I've gone
does
in there
suck.
before with a bachelor party. We talked them into letting us bring a keg. I think that was
They won't let you bring it in. They make you. Leave
we had it
outside.
sitting in. No, we had it sitting in there, like right next
Every
to the
time
stage.
I've been there, we just brought in coolers and sat on that.
That's crazy. That's funny.
Then you end up selling beer.
Yeah.
And it didn't occur to me to go up to one of the
That's
guys
not,
and be
that's
like, hey,
not a bad
give me a
side
beer.
hustle.
Well, there were
right there.
there were dudes just drinking like straight bottles of Hennessy.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, it was
every-
aggressive.
everywhere.
So anyway, remember, Ryan, still not back at the table at this point. Like he said it 1,000 times already, he fell in love.
Yeah.
And it was a
I-
good choice.
I'm happy
It
for you.
was.
do it every time.
It was,
It was a good choice. Homegirl came up to Bronson. He was like, fuck it, let's get another one.
Yeah.
And she sat up there, and some girl, what was the story?
So the girl that was like with her dude or
That
something.
pretty much sold her on
yeah,
you.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh yeah, you guys need to try this." Like from behind, and was like, "Hey, yeah, turn around, you come try this."
So was this their agent?
Okay,
Pretty much.
yeah. Well, this girl used to work there, and so she was an ex stripper, but she doesn't work there anymore. But
Those are the best ones to.
Still
run into.
active in
Yeah.
the scene.
still very active, yeah. And sold me on a lap dance with this other chick, and so then they were double teaming me. I was like, I got an ex stripper and a current stripper.
for the
Can't
price
get
of
mad-
one.
For the price of one, yeah.
ain't bad.
She was like,
Hey, not
everything
bad.
that you like give us though like goes to her. I was like, that's fine.
And again, I'm sitting there by myself like I'm fucking Steven Glansberg, just throwing money every once in a while.
Did you throw money in that direction too?
No, I mean I look back to check on him, see how he's doing, see what things are going.
See
And
how
every
his
once in a
form
while,
was?
I looked in the mirror to see if I could see Ryan, but he gone.
We had a lovely conversation that I don't remember because I was hammered and I was staring at her boobs the whole time.
That's fair. I think it's what you're supposed to do.
Mine
there.
was really aggressive. She
Oh,
was like-
whiskey?
yeah,
She was aggressive. That was
yeah.
her name.
Oh, it was whiskey?
Yeah.
I thought it was Rose.
That's an
No,
aggressive-
Rose was our first girl.
Okay, the one you shared.
aggressive name.
yeah.
I should be
she was
writing
like,
this down so I can keep track of all
She's
this.
telling me like, oh no, just smack me around. I'm like, what? No, I'm gonna get in trouble.
She was aggressive.
She told you to smack her around.
Yeah, I was like, no, I've seen like Jerry Rice's videos.
Whoa,
Or Ray Rice's.
Ray
I was
Rice. I was
like,
like,
hold
hold on, slander.
Jerry do.
Jerry, we're sorry.
I don't
What
want to
the
do
fuck?
that. So it got awkward, but it was a good time.
All right. Are we ready to move into some news?
Oh, needless to say though, got back when?
Oh, yeah. We didn't finish it. So then we had to get an Uber ride from the outhouse, which is far away.
Yeah.
Out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of a cornfield.
Yeah. it's
Corn in the porn.
just
Or corn in
outside
the
of
corn.
Lawrence.
To our house, and we got back, what, 5:30? Mm-hmm. Bronson, where'd you have to be in the morning?
I had to be in Olathe at 7. So
Yep.
Jesus.
I didn't.
not sleep.
Yeah, he didn't sleep and had to do shit that day.
For like the whole day or?
Yeah, the whole day. Oh, yeah.
I didn't get out of bed till 3. I mean, it was. Let's go. It was rough.
Do you guys plan on doing that on cue together?
No, it just works out that way.
I was like, nice.
No, but
That was
dude, the
smooth.
cab rides were probably the best part.
The cab
Yes,
ride
yeah.
Oh
back,
yeah,
was,
coming home.
Yeah.
our Uber driver,
Oh, I saw the Snapchat of that.
Yeah.
the Uber driver on the way home, she was like, she was Russian or from, I don't know,
Yeah.
some other country close to
South.
Russia.
She sounded hot. Was she hot?
No.
No, hard pass.
Definitely asked Mercer that in the backseat because I couldn't see because I was behind her. I was like, what does she look like, though?
But she wasn't shy about anything.
No.
Like, we were having probably conversations that we should not have been having with a stranger lady in the car.
Oh, that could have definitely hurt your Uber rating.
I haven't checked it. Very well might have.
But no, she did. I did dig her accent.
I'm actually going to look right now to see if
Her accent was nice. What are we looking at?
I'm looking to see if my Uber rating went down because of that ride.
This makes for good radio.
You know what's funny though is like every strip club I've ever been to, besides in Portland, like it's expensive cover for the most part to get into it. In Portland, the strip club's like going to the bar. You know what I mean? So if we were going to our spot, there's no cover, and you just get right in. People go there with their like spouse all the time. Couples walk in there and they just fucking sit there chilling, watching bitches get naked and throwing ones.
I mean, that's the world.
I was like,
How much is it to
it
get
was
in
just
now?
weird.
It was $20 to get in.
After 9 o'clock. I read the sign.
And
Oh, what was I
9
say?
o'clock,
Before
is there-
9? What?
It's $10.
Oh,
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna
Double it
pull an
up.
all-nighter, I mean, get there early.
Yeah, Whiskey said come back Wednesday. So
Oh,
of course you did.
all right. Well,
Yeah, of course you
coming
did.
up real
Of
quick.
course they want Ryan to come back.
Wednesday.
I mean, putting them through college.
I mean, call me. We'll talk about this later.
All right, let's move into news. Perfect segue going from strippers to a jury found Bill Cosby guilty of 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault. Holy shit! It
How
finally
many?
happened.
3 counts. Each one holds a minimum of 10 years sentencing.
Yeah, he's gonna die in prison.
What happened to all the other ones?
Sucks.
Well, a lot of them were settled, like that he settled, and including this one. I'll get to that. The district attorney asked that Cosby's $1 million bail be revoked because he's been convicted of a serious crime and owns a plane. That's when Bill Cosby stood up and said, in third person, he doesn't own a plane, you asshole.
Wait, he said that?
Yeah.
Solid power move, by the way. Like standing up in the middle of a courtroom yelling, like third person, he doesn't own a plane. Like you don't tell me about me. I'm going to tell you about me.
And then we have the accuser told police about this in 2005. The actual incident occurred in 2004, I think.
Yeah.
And in 2005, she told the police about it, but the DA didn't file charges. And in 2006, Cosby actually settled a civil lawsuit with his accuser, this one, for $3.38 million.
So how can he be charged in that case? It's
That-
not, I guess it's a
It's
federal.
No, that was
now, or
civil.
Civil. So now
Just like
it's
O.J. Simpson was found guilty in civil,
court,
innocent,
and now
criminal,
he's
I
in-
guess. I don't know.
and this one's in federal court now or something.
We need a lawyer to come in and explain
I
it
don't
all
know.
to us.
Not a lawyer yet.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I mean, if he settled, I don't feel like she should be able to accuse him again if he gave her
Well, it's
$3.8
different.
million.
It was since it was civil.
Give
that
my
the,
fucking money
But
back.
you
But
can-
the prosecuting like the
I think civil
state,
court,
yeah,
criminal court are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
they can come in.
even-
Like it doesn't. They don't even have to really have her.
Yeah.
Like it was stupid for him to settle, basically saying he's guilty almost.
Like
Yeah.
I think
Then-
even like county versus state separate. Like you can get brought up on both charges, like in both things. I'm pretty sure.
See, that I have no idea. But
Well, some of these date back all the way to like 80,
Yeah.
like the 80s and 70s and stuff.
yeah, and
Long time
I saw a
ago.
picture of this lady.
Not for you.
Not for me.
Maybe she looked different back in the day. I guess it's not that
Yeah,
far.
not
Well,
that far.
Maybe she
That
looks
long
more
ago
attractive when
back in
she's
the day.
sleeping.
And what I mean by that, like looks like in decent shape, but she was wearing like a suit. And the picture I saw was her in between 2 women. I originally thought it was a dude,
Really?
like a feminine looking dude. But then I actually saw like, oh, that's her. Not my choice, but Bill Cosby's obviously into some shit.
She's an attractive sleeper.
And a bunch of he has a bunch of honorary degrees. They've all pretty much been revoked.
Yeah.
You know, he used to make people call him doctor,
Really?
like call him
He
Dr.
must have
Crosby.
an honorary doctorate then somewhere.
I'm sure he's got
Yeah,
one.
I mean,
yeah.
one was in Notre Dame. One was at Notre Dame. They revoked it.
Yeah.
There was a couple other schools that revoked it, but he would do a show. I forgot where it was. It was at some hotel. He made the security guard actually tuck him in, like tuck him into bed, and they made all the staff. He was eating curry. He made all the staff sit and watch him eat curry.
What?
Like that's what he wanted. He's all about the power. I mean, that's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Will you tuck me in from now on like
Well,
that?
like that's like some, because you know, like Tom Cruise is a real high-ranking Scientologist, right?
Yeah.
And like, I remember Leah Remini was talking about it. She said like he's so high up that like he could commit murder, and he could tell somebody to like clean it up, and I don't want to hear anything about it again. And according to Scientology, like those people have to clean it up, dispose of the body and everything, and never talk about it again.
That is aggressive.
Yeah, him and John Travolta both have that kind of power in Scientology. That's why he like travels with so many people, like Tom Cruise and stuff. Like I've heard filming with him is just a nightmare because there's so many Scientologists around. Like,
Too big of an entourage.
yeah,
But Tom
checking
Cruise is a
everything.
badass. Let's go.
Like a 5'9" badass.
But I mean, he's a badass. He does all his own stunts.
Well, they have another goddamn Mission Impossible coming out. The
Yeah.
trailer when I went to go see Avengers came out. I was like, Jesus Christ! man.
There's a video out there where you can watch him doing the stunt where I think he's jumping from building to building,
yeah,
and he does it, and he's hooked to a wire, so it's carrying him.
Yeah.
But when he lands, he finishes the scene, but he broke his ankle.
oh shit,
He just told him like after he finished the scene, he was like, "Okay, we're done.
yeah.
We're done. This is an issue."
Jesus.
But I mean, he's a badass. Does all his own stunts. They say when you see him hanging off a plane or whatever,
Oh yeah,
that's him.
Oh yeah, when the Burj Khalifa and Ghost Protocol, that's him hanging off the side of the world's tallest building, like probably like 50 floors up.
That's crazy. So what do you?
And then there's a picture of him sitting on top of like the antenna that's on top of the building, just sitting up there, just chilling,
Yeah, no, thank you.
no fear. I'm like, God, dude, like that thing is so like you don't understand how tall it is until
powerful
you see it.
Scientology.
It's wild. But anyway,
He does his own stunts jumping from couch to couch on Oprah shows too.
But yeah, man, that shit
You
with
think
Bill
he rode
Cosby
off in
though.
the sunset on that motorcycle in Top Gun? Didn't he do it?
That's where he draws the line. Nope, no motorcycle. Sorry.
All right, we have some science for you guys. I think this is science, medical science.
Oh yeah.
The first penis and scrotum transplant was completed
true?
at Johns Hopkins University.
It's real.
Yep.
John
Yeah.
Hopkins?
Yep.
I used to smoke weed with Johnny
he
Hopkins.
Him and Sloan Ketterington.
So he like
They were blazing it up all the time back in the day.
lost his dick. I'm assuming the
Yeah,
guy.
with military.
Yeah, I have it right here. The recipient is an anonymous U.S. serviceman who sustained the injuries in an IED blast in Afghanistan.
And he says that he can feel everything. And
So they had to reconnect 3 arteries, 4 veins, and 2 nerves through under microscopic guidance.
There was like
Yeah.
10 plastic surgeons operating on it. Was a 14-hour procedure. 10
so
surgeons.
Oh, here's that. Yeah,
He has
14
a-
hours,
God.
9 plastic surgeons, and a team of anesthesiologists, nurses, and surgical techs.
so they give
So
him
he-
a big one.
Yeah,
You got a
I
micro.
hope so.
Sounds
That's
like you
what
got
I'm
a
saying. I'm
micro
like, if I'm
penis.
getting him
Yeah.
a new dick, better make that thing huge.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
real.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, it was all done under
I mean-
a microscope, so that's like small, isn't it?
Well, those are the
Well, it's
veins.
connecting the veins and stuff. Damn.
Yeah.
But,
But they won't like. So they did all the transplant of the tissue and like the penis, the scrotum, whatever. But they won't do the transplant of the testicles because if he was to ever father a child, it would actually be the DNA genetics of the donor
Right.
and not him.
Right.
so they ran into some ethical issues. But
Yeah,
it's actually a month
A
later.
lot of ethical.
It was actually done in March 26th
Yeah.
is when it was done. And this was just released last week. So he might be out now, but it said after 1 month of recovery, he's scheduled to be discharged. And in the coming months, he's expected to regain full sexual.
Discharged.
He's expected to regain full sexual and urinary function. And then even in the notes right here, I have "Let's go."
So I wonder then, when you lose your junk and you got to pee, is there? I mean, like a little slit
Probably
or something.
Catheter.
Probably
whatever.
catheter.
Catheters in.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Could you imagine just? Oh my god!
Dreading the day that I ever have to
How
have
do
a
you
catheter.
just lose your
Yeah.
junk in like
My-
an IED explosion?
It wasn't just his junk.
Oh, it wasn't.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that's
that wasn't. It wasn't a
Fucked
heat-seeking missile for your
Yeah,
dick.
dude.
I mean,
Just
I
small
didn't know
enough
if that
to
took
blow
the-
his nuts off.
But it was like the lower abdominal wall and everything. So
Oh.
all that stuff is from the donor now.
yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
Like I guess his lower abs and
Oh, did you see that?
Same
There's a
complexion.
guy. He received a face transplant too recently.
Yeah.
It's
I just see that.
like scary to look at, but it's crazy that they did it. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm just glad they can do things like that. But let's go. U.S. serviceman. He has his dick back.
He's got his member.
Yeah, man.
Member for his member.
Hopefully it's not a
America.
tiny penis.
Yeah. Hopefully they give him a giant hog. Good for him.
You think he just like got to choose from? I mean, obviously you have to be a donor, but you like,
Yeah.
hey, here's
So they're
here's
a
like
book.
10 dicks. Which one do you want?
Dude, like,
Or is it like? I mean, how hard is it to find somebody that's going to donate their dick?
And
Like if you're an organ donor, excuse me, if you're an organ donor, does that include your penis, or do you have to like sign a certain line? It's like,
yeah, I kind of wonder how they.
because I'm an organ donor, but
if I die,
nobody
I want
wants
him
my
to use
dick.
If I die, I want him to use my
Yeah.
dick. Give it to
Absolutely,
somebody.
yeah.
Put it through the ringer again. Let's go.
Well, I mean, if somebody's gonna have to use it, so they can borrow mine. Mine's just for show at this moment.
It's low mileage.
Low mileage.
Is this the fajitas?
Yep.
Oh.
Now we have the fajita guy. A
Fuck yeah.
53-year-old Gilbert Escamilla worked for a juvenile detention center in San Benito, Texas. He pled guilty to stealing $1.2 million in fajitas.
That's awesome.
It's ridiculous. So he worked for the juvenile detention center, and he would place orders using the county funds and then just sell them for a profit on his own. He's been sentenced to 50 years in prison and a fine of $10,000 on top
yeah.
of the $1.2 million he was ordered to pay back.
So he would order like 800 pounds of fajitas,
Yeah.
and then take it to his house and sell it
Yeah.
personally, and like have the county pay for it all.
And
Wild.
how he got caught was the fajita supplier called the detention center just to give him a heads up, like, hey, you're getting ready to get an 800-pound delivery of fajitas. And they're like, whoa.
Hold the
These-
fucking phone.
We don't do. We haven't.
Yeah, they're
we
like,
don't give fajitas to our inmates. And they're like,
we've been delivering here for 9 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Then they just went back.
Yeah,
and-
well, you're the guy that answers that phone call. Like, what's the first thing you're thinking of? Like, what? Like, I'm thinking,
I guess
a prank
we're-
maybe or
I
some
guess
shit.
we're selling the fajitas now, or giving fajitas out now. I don't know.
well, and why, if you're the guy
Ask your
that's
boss.
like in charge of this, why do you even give them like the actual number to the facility? Like, give them your own
That's what I
personal
was
number.
thinking too. I was like,
Don't
what,
give them any other number.
Like, what number were they calling? Or if they, I guess they just never called. They just he would meet
That's
up
kind
with
of what I was
them and
thinking.
then
You know how easy it is to get a Google Voice number? Just get that.
Yeah, and then you don't have to worry about them accidentally calling something.
Yeah, it's weird.
Do you think they got all the side toppings too?
I want-
Guacamole.
2 million, dude.
So then they
That's a lot of fajitas.
So then they
I think
investigated
Ryan's
his.
getting hungry.
I really want fajitas right now.
They investigated him, and they went to his house, and he had some in his fridge. But I want to know, like, who was he selling it to?
Maybe schools.
Yeah,
Was he like a street
it's-
vendor?
Yeah, maybe.
Has he got just a taco bar out like on the
Exactly.
street corner?
Self-service
it?
fajita
At?
bar out in front
Where
of the.
was it?
San Benito, Texas,
Texas?
and they don't put up with that shit. So he got 50 years.
That's not even
because
the-
he stole $1.2
That's the minimum.
million dollars.
Like he
That's-
could have
that's wild.
gotten up to like 100 years in prison.
So did he have the money to pay him back,
I doubt it.
or just you know?
I bet he was balling
saving,
out of control.
just saving
All that
money.
fajita money.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, fajita money
that's
goes a long
wild.
ways.
So how's he gonna pay it back then if he's gonna be in
I think
jail
I-
for 50?
I
just
think at
work?
that
Sell
point,
off
just one of
assets
those-
and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, because they're not
It's
gonna
one of
get
those
that
stupid things you
1.2
have
back.
to-
But I mean, I guess his wife's fucked now, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Like his debt is her debt.
Damn.
His
I feel like
fajitas are
she
her
could probably
fajitas.
fight that
he'll,
though.
he'll file bankruptcy.
yeah.
And then
He'd
It was
have
probably
to.
more symbolic, I guess. Like, hey, you have to pay this back and $10,000 fine. But I'm in jail now, making
Goddamn.
5 cents a day or whatever.
Like, what are you here for?
Well, it
Oh,
depends.
I stole $1.2 million worth of fajitas from the city. What?
Who was writing
Shut
the
the fuck
check
up.
though?
It was the
It
county.
was coming from the county.
Yeah.
He was the guy that would order it for the detention center, like order
Yeah.
food for him.
But
So
I
he
mean-
would just include it in there, and then
Yeah.
just take it for himself.
That's crazy.
And how much refrigerator space do you have to have at your house for 800 pounds of fajitas?
Jesus, your bill's out of control. But he's got to been selling it to somebody, like you were talking about, like to a school or something.
Yeah.
Unless he just has a
I mean, he's got to
fajita
sell.
truck.
Got to sell all those fajitas just to be able to pay for the electric bill to house all the food.
Yeah. So now we have another one. And inside this one is my asshole of the week. You guys can try to figure it out. In Castle Rock, Colorado, sex parties are being held in one of Colorado's nicest neighborhoods, and neighbors say it's time to take action. Neighbors say parties cause parking problems, noise, and are concerned about exposure to children. This is a power name for this place, the Thunderstorm Play Palace.
Oh, yes.
7,500 square foot home with every amenity, including alcohol, food, and chocolate fountain. Now, in this article was a video that actually showed the
Invite
invite. First of all, what were women called? They were called unicorns.
unicorns.
Men were called
They were
Pegasus.
charged $20,
A Pegasus, which is a man.
$70,
$70.
and couples were $70. So basically, they were just trying to get women in there because they knew they were going to get a shit ton of single dudes. So they charged the single guys 70, women 20.
Yeah, but they say like this invite goes out to like 400 people, all All
How do you
walks
get
of
on
life.
this said invite list?
Well,
And
that's
they
my
want you.
question at the end of this: when are we going to Castle Rock, Colorado?
And they want you to keep it classy. It's like a potluck. Bring some food.
Oh, it was funny. Like I said, Ruby's famous queso, like on the invite. There was a chocolate fountain with like fruits to dip in it and shit. But like it says they all come from walks of life. You know, it also says bring your own condoms and respect the new furniture.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that movie?
love stains on
Like,
the couch,
lay
please?
down some tarps or something if you got new furniture, for crying out loud.
Did you ever see like Neighborhood Watch?
Yeah.
And they walking on that dude across the street, and he's
Yep.
like the sex club downstairs. That's what I imagine. That's what it was like.
Neighborhood
When he
Watch
walked
is the
in,
one with
just
like Seth Rogen and they're fighting aliens or something, right?
yeah, it's
Or Ben Stiller.
Jonah Hill.
Ben Stiller and Jonah Hill, not Seth Rogen. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But they said
Fun.
people came from all walks of life. Some so old they can barely walk up the stairs.
Oh, shit.
But some people would bring their own food. Like one person brought 4 crock pots.
Oh.
And
How often was it happening? Like just once a week,
I imagine a few times
once
a
a
month.
month, a couple
First
times.
off, I know who the asshole of the week is. But
Neighbors, whoever fucking turned
Exactly.
whoever called.
This guy's trying to live his best life, get down on some 7-layer dip, and get his dick sucked.
Get some of Ruby's famous queso.
Yeah, get Ruby's famous queso. Maybe dip his dick in that chocolate fountain. I imagine that happens.
Somebody's
I
doing
guarantee
that.
it happens.
Once a
I
party that
guarantee
We
happens.
all were thinking it. Like all of us were like, I wouldn't mind a girl sucking chocolate fountain stuff off my dick.
I know that about you.
Yeah.
Oh, do you? Well,
But he said
Great.
the organizer. He said he's put up soundproofing, and he keeps a watch
Blackout
on the
curtains,
basement
basically.
windows. But he said like no children are. He's a dad himself, so I imagine he sends them off to mom or grandma and grandpa's, and then him and his wife just get down.
Well, imagine if you're the kid and you see your house on the news and they're talking about it. Like,
And you're just like, what? Oh,
Dad's into some freaky shit.
what the fuck, Dad?
Well, I wonder how much money he makes off of it too.
Please
Because
tell me no one used my bed.
70 for couples, 70 for single males, 20 for females. So, like,
And 400
Does he-
people showing up.
does he just pocket the money? Does he donate it to
you got new
people
furniture,
for?
I'm pretty sure.
Does he donate it for people that need penis transplants?
He should.
Well, how much does the cleanup you think there is?
Exactly.
Let's
You
go.
gotta
there's
steam the
definitely-
carpets.
Is it
There's
just
definitely
in
a
the
cleanup
basement,
fee.
or is it the whole? They use
The whole house. They show
Oh,
in the video. They didn't show him, but they showed the inside of the house, and they're like, "This is the main party room. This is the dining room."
Is it his separate house? I'm assuming
No, it's his own personal house, I think.
He probably has another house.
And he's got kids.
Imagine.
I'd be like, please don't use my room. Tell me you're not using
Oh,
my
oh,
room.
that's the
Jack.
first- yeah,
Please
that'd be the
tell
first thing
me
if I was
you're
that
not
kid.
using my
I'd be
room.
willing to bet that door's locked, but every other room
man.
open for business. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I guess. Oh.
Well, that's all the news I got. Ryan, you got
Somebody was just building off of that. Like the person they were interviewing was kind of pissed off that somebody was brought 4 crock pots full of food. She's like, "Oh, it's like they were going to a bunko party. He was so proud of it." I'm like, "Hold on, homeboy's trying to put in the extra effort to make sure that he gets some at this party.
Yeah.
Like I'm bringing in 4 crock pots. Maybe some chick really enjoys that. Like, you know what? He really put in the extra effort. I'm gonna go have sex with him now."
Hell yeah.
Yeah, living his.
Don't
these
be
guys
mad
are
at
just
him.
trying to live their
Assuming
best life.
It's a full night of fucking, so you got to eat at
I
some
like
point.
that.
That's a
Full
lot
night
of
of fuck. Let's go.
Did you guys see the news article about the 20-year-old out in, I believe it was Hawaii where this happened, but he's been attacked by a shark, attacked by a bear, and bitten by a rattlesnake, all within the last 4 years?
dude.
That guy's living a little too extreme.
Too extreme.
He
Well,
was-
now he wants to go further.
Yeah, so he was hiking in Utah, got bit by a rattlesnake 4 years ago. Little less than a year ago, he was teaching wilderness safety in Colorado and got attacked by a black bear while he was sleeping.
So he got fired from that job, right?
Yeah, probably.
Awesome.
Well, he said so. He was sleeping in his tent and got woken up while his head was inside the jaws of the bear. Like he could hear his skull.
He's a
cracking.
sound sleeper.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
heavy sleeper.
Like, how do you not hear the bear coming at you?
Well, I mean, probably don't really think too much. I mean, if you're in a deep sleep, you're not going to hear some like little footprints walking around.
I wonder why it
I mean,
attacked him.
I know this is a
I'm
completely
assuming he's
different.
sleeping in a tent.
Yeah.
I know this is a completely different animal though, but elephants, like when I was on that safari in Africa, you can't hear an elephant. And imagine how big they are. You could be probably within 15 feet of one, and you wouldn't be able to hear it walking. They are so soft-footed.
Damn.
So I wouldn't be surprised if bears are somewhat in the same way. Like they're just, especially if it's in hunt mode, it's probably going to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah.
So, anyways, he's sleeping in this tent, gets woken up by a bear attacking him. And then, not that long ago, I think this was probably 2 or 3 weeks ago, he was attacked by a tiger shark while by boogie boarding in Hawaii.
Hell yeah, dude.
That guy's got
Fuck
some
yeah.
bad karma.
And what are the odds of this happening?
The odds of this happening in a lifetime,
Yeah.
let alone like pretty much within the last 4 years, is 893.35 quadrillion to 1.
We had to
That's
look that up.
15 zeros.
Yeah, we had to look that up. That's a lot of zeros, cuz.
Jesus.
That's 5 sets of 3 zeros with a comma. Like, that's insane.
That guy needs to stay indoors.
Well, and then then in an interview, he's like, yeah, you know what? Why not go for the quad and maybe I'll go wrestle some alligators now. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, don't invite it.
Yeah.
Like,
Doesn't
just
sound
let
very
it
intelligent.
happen.
He goes, maybe I'm lucky or unlucky. I don't know. Like,
Honestly, unlucky. Very,
well, I mean,
very
he hasn't
unlucky.
lost anything, including his life.
Yeah,
Did
maybe I
Steve
guess a little
Irwin
bit
come
of
back from the
both.
dead?
Too soon.
Too soon. R.I.P. Steve.
I mean, it sounds like him though.
Well, I mean, I said he got bit by a shark, bear, and rattlesnake, not a stingray. Didn't go after those stingrays. So
True.
those are undefeated right now.
Real quick, Bronson bringing up Steve Irwin reminded me about something. We all got cucked. Let's go. We all got cucked into thinking there was going to be some Crocodile Dundee movie happening with Kenny Powers, whatever the fuck his name is. No,
That was
Something
that was all
Danny
bullshit. That was
Danny
just for the
McBride.
Australian.
that was just for that.
Australian tourism commercial.
Was
That's
it really?
fucked up. I thought that was a
Oh,
joke.
I thought that was a fucking movie.
Well, it had a
I
bunch
was
of people in
excited.
it.
Yeah, it had like Margot, like all the Australian famous people.
Margot
actors.
Robbie, Isla Fisher, Danny McBride, Liam Hemsworth,
His brother too.
his brother. They had some callbacks from the original Crocodile Dundee.
I thought it was
movies.
going to be a
I am
banger.
very upset.
Yeah.
Dude.
So we actually looked this up. I was like, what, they interviewed or they did that at the Super Bowl. Like, I wonder when this movie actually is coming out. And I looked it up and I was like, oh, that was just a teaser for a commercial for tourism. Like, we weren't actually going to make the movie. We just wanted people to think
Yeah,
that
so
we
Well, they
were.
said
I
that
have
in
a
the
feeling
commercial.
it might
I thought that
happen
was a
now.
joke.
I feel like it might.
Well,
happen
yeah.
now.
So the commercial in the Super Bowl where they said, "Oh, this is just for tourism," they're really telling you, "Yep, that's all it is. It's not really a movie."
Those
So-
assholes.
There might
So
be a demand for that.
Crocodile Dundee brought to you by
Crocodile.
Crocodile.
Crocodile Dundee sequel brought to you by Bro Soup. I like it.
Yep.
We're raising funding now.
I'll give you an
GoFundMe.com.
Need an Australian accent
Click
for
up
you.
there. Click up
I
in
can
the
do it.
right hand corner.
Right hand corner.
But do you have more?
I know. I think that's pretty much it. Like, that dude. Why? Why even leave the house now?
Why tempt it?
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Well, he's probably gonna get. I mean, I don't know. Like, if he does get bit by a crocodile, I wonder what the odds are, or alligator. I wonder what the odds are of all four of those.
Unless he gets his own
I feel
show.
like I'd be paranoid all the time now. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always gonna be attacked by animals. Animals hate me.
Well, like, so he was out boogie boarding in
Yeah.
Hawaii, and he said he was probably 50 to 75 yards off of shore, and he got knocked off his board and then just felt like a searing pain in his leg.
Yeah.
He looked down and saw about an 8-foot tiger shark, and he hit it in the nose, and he saw it swim off, so he's like, I got to get in. So he starts swimming. He's like, I bet I had a 75-yard swim, and I didn't know where the hell this shark was, and I'm just trailing blood the entire way back.
Holy fuck!
That would freak
That's
me
a
the hell out.
terrifying.
They should give him his
Well,
own show. Just
I
put
know
him in
there's
more
like a-
situations like that.
He needs to have a Wild Boy show.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
MTV, bring him.
will he get bit? Like, that's just the name of the show. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Have you guys seen Coyote Peterson?
No, I don't even know who that is.
You guys need to look up Coyote Peterson on YouTube. And what he does, he's done with it now, but he started at the very bottom of insects that bite. And he
He'd
just
get bit by him and shit.
he worked up the scale to like not bullet ant. It was like a wasp ant or cow
Wasp ant?
ant.
Bullet
What's
ants?
it called?
big.
No, bullet
wasp.
ant's not even on the. I mean, he did that.
Yeah.
But that's not the coup de grace. That's not the big one.
Bullet ants, they sound like it, or they said it feels almost like being shot. Like they pack enough punch with almost being shot by like a 9mm.
But he
or
works up
something,
the scale.
or 22
eventually.
or something like
Like
that.
he'll catch whatever bug it is, and then he puts it on his arm like with a jar and just waits for it to sting him, and then you just see him.
I
on
have
the
seen this
ground,
guy.
wincing in pain.
That's
That's EpiPen right there, and it's just him and another dude and a couple GoPros.
Oh my god.
He's gotten famous from that. I mean, it's his job.
I know there's a surfer that I think he got bit by a shark twice in
Yeah.
competition or something like that. And one of them was filmed. He's just out there waiting for the waves, and then all of a sudden he's just like thrashing around.
Yeah, I
Fucking
saw
shark
that. That
grabbed
happened
a
like
hold
last
of him
summer.
while he was sitting there.
Yeah.
And I think like a year or two before, he was attacked. Maybe
I don't know the one that I think you're talking about. I don't think he ever got bit. Like he bit his
Okay.
board, but didn't bite him
Yeah.
I don't know.
because he got pulled. They brought in like all of a sudden those jet skis really quick and pulled him out of the water before.
Yeah, because
anything
that was
could happen
actually
there.
on like
Yeah.
live coverage in like a actual like one of the bigger like surfing competitions.
They just had the camera on him, highlighting him, like, hey, he's getting ready to go. And all of a sudden, you see a shark fin and tail come out of the water.
Yikes!
Yeah, I remember E60. They did a little thing about him, and apparently this dude's life has just been, tragic. just incident after incident after incident, all the way leading up to that whole like getting bit by a shark and shit like that, or attacked him, and he's still like a surfing champion and shit. But yeah, I was watching that. I was like, how unlucky do you have to be, dude? Like to get attacked by the fuck. You only one attacked by a shark.
They say if you go surfing quite a bit, you see sharks pretty regularly.
Yeah,
That's terrifying.
and I know I've heard too that they're very picky sharks. From what I've watched on like Discovery Channel, they're really picky about what they eat. So
They don't like humans.
Yeah,
Like it's an irrational fear. Like that movies obviously are going to build it up to try to scare you. But I'm a big shark guy. Love sharks.
Big shark.
But they don't like the only shark you probably have to worry about like legitimately attacking for food is tiger sharks, because they're called like the trash cans of the garbage disposals of the sea, because they will eat anything.
yeah.
They found they found car tires in their stomach. They found license plates. They found an entire horse's head, which was random. I read that one time somewhere. A chicken coop with the chicken still in it.
That's a power move.
Right? Like just random ass shit
Cage
like
in
that.
a cage.
Yeah.
But yeah, tiger sharks those are the ones. They're aggressive and they'll eat anything. But other than that, I mean, you have to obviously great whites are bad because they're massive. So their bite's one bite they could take off a leg.
Yeah, they'll take off your leg.
But for the most part, it's an exploratory bite. They want to see what it is, and then they realize, oh, this isn't food, so they swim away.
Yeah.
So that's
You think there's a certain surfboard brand out there that like is unlucky because they've had more shark attacks? Why people been on those boards?
I don't know.
That's a market, a shark repelling surfboard.
Yeah.
Puts out some sort of monitors. Like,
Because
hey,
I can
stay away.
see that.
Write that down.
They see it as like a sea lion or something, just like
Yeah,
you got
well, you look
arms
like-
out
or
here, and
turtles,
just like
yeah.
a board. I'm going after it.
I have a friend that's a big surfer. He lives out in California, and he was telling me that whenever they're out there and a shark is around, the key word for all the locals is "men in the gray suit," because they don't want to scare all the tourists because there's sharks around. So they'll just say, "Hey, there's men in gray suits here. Just be careful."
Or are they assholes and not wanting to warn everybody else?
Yeah, if you swim fast, leave the tourists. Fuck it, we're going into the shore.
Yeah, using code.
Yeah.
But we had the draft this week, guys.
Love the draft.
How do we feel about it?
I liked
the
it.
Chiefs
I know
moves.
this guy loved it.
We weren't
Oh, that's a
erratic
different
like
side of things, but yeah, that's a fantasy side of things. But no, as far as our draft goes, it was all right. I mean, they attacked what they needed to, the defensive side of the ball.
Did we need that much depth at the line?
We needed defense bad. I mean, they just broke down at the end of the year, especially that Tennessee game, just completely broke down. So Veach made it a priority in the offseason. Like, I'm aggressively going to attack defense in the draft, and that's what he did.
I feel like they missed out on the key thing that they did need, which was cornerback. They didn't address that until the 6th round.
Yeah, with you got Amari Watts, who was the safety from A&M, and they'll probably play him at free safety alongside Barry. But the other
I don't
one
know if
was
he's ready.
Trayvon Smith, I think is what his name was.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Oh, he was from Central Arkansas, so he'll probably be a little bit of a project coming in. Get used to, because playing from Central Arkansas to the NFL, you're gonna have to get used to the speed a little bit there.
yeah.
But from everything that I'm
He's
seeing,
quick, though. He's
that's
like
what
a
I'm saying.
4.3 guy.
Yeah, he ran a 4.340, which is insanely fast.
Not mad at that.
So did Shaq Griffin. I
What?
wish
Shaq Griffin ran what?
a 4.33 or 4.38.
Yeah.
Okay,
Did he really?
Yeah, he's faster than Adrian Peterson.
I wanted the Chiefs to draft him
OBJ.
so bad.
Say that's really fast for a linebacker.
It was really cool where he went though, where he goes play with his brother and whatnot.
Yep. Well, I can just
Where was that? That was Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Yep. So I can go through kind of the different draft picks real quick, and we can
Yeah.
talk about them.
Yeah,
but,
let's hear about it.
You got Breland Speaks, who was our first pick, picked him in the 2nd round, traded up to get him. He's as Bronson so eloquently displayed. He is the one from Ole Miss that recovered a fumble and fell down on the ground, looked right into the camera, and waved.
Hilarious.
If you go to our Facebook page and Twitter and Instagram account, we have that little GIF on there, and it says, "Oh hey KC." But so he's going to be your first pick and probably starting outside linebacker, and I think he'll move inside on passing downs. But
You think they'll start over Ford?
they have him from what I have read, they think that he might be the best edge rusher in the draft class this year. And D Ford's been injury prone. Like, he hasn't been able to stay healthy his entire career so far.
Could they move him inside? Could they move Ford inside?
With, his speed though, you would want him outside.
What about the guy they drafted last year?
What about the guy they drafted last year? What his speed though, you want I would you would want him outside. With his speed though, you want I would you would want him outside.
What about the guy they drafted last year?
Linebacker wise,
Casablanca?
Yeah, he was an outside. he was an
Passanio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you call him?
Casablanca.
Casablanca.
I like it. Let's go with
I
that.
don't know.
He
Him
was
and Mahomes.
him and Mahomes. He was out at Villanova. Dude's a monster. Like he just built like a tank. And he's quick, but he's more of a project from everything that I was seeing with Passanio. And hopefully the second year he'll get a little bit more playing time and be a little bit more effective. But you also got Xavier Williams that he'll play on the defensive line, but they really addressed the defense in the offseason and the draft this year. But with Breland Speaks, they think he's, well, like I said, the best edge rusher in the class.
That seems. I don't.
That's
I don't know
that.
about
I read that off of
ballsy
I read that off of NFL.com, Arrowhead
That's
Pride,
ballsy.
everything. Like that was coming from multiple sources.
Yeah. Everybody's talking up like Sam Hubbard and I guess he's an outside linebacker, is what they classify him as. But I call that edge rusher.
Yeah. Well, they had him
Going-
projected as a third rounder, but because he's only had like one really good year of production in college at Ole Miss, and then I guess he also had a DUI back in 2016, and was actually thrown out of 2 games for unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
Okay, I'm in. I'm back in.
So yeah, no,
I'm a big Vontez Burfict guy, so I like a little mean streak in my linebacker.
But I mean, they were afraid that he wouldn't be there, so I think other teams were interested too. So that's why we traded up to go after him. And with our salary cap this year, we weren't going to sign every draft pick that we had anyways. So go after the people that you like and think that they'll do well. That's pretty much what our
I feel our budget allowed us to go with like a bunch of players that's like, hey, they might be late round or not on like everybody's like vision boards, but these guys might just be that next guy. Look at Antonio Brown. He was.
They know how much money
way
they're going to
late.
spend in the draft. It's all
Yeah.
sectioned off. I mean, they know how much. I don't think that really had anything.
We only had like $6 million of salary cap. You're not going to sign
Well, we didn't even have a first round pick, so.
right, but then you also have free agent signings. You have people that you draft. You're not going to sign everybody that you want to. So go big for the ones that you want this year.
Get them in camp, see what they can do, go from there.
But so I like the pick. I haven't watched too many highlight films on him yet, but everything that I'm reading seems like he was a solid pickup. Granted, he's only done it for 1 year and that effectively in college, so we'll see if it translates over to the NFL. But a lot of people seem to be pretty high on him, including the Chiefs beat writer Trez Paler. So we'll see.
Well, he's the Chiefs beat writer.
He's also a Detroit Lions fan, not a Chiefs fan. So I also take a lot what he says with somewhat.
I think he's
validity.
going to be good. I just don't. I wouldn't say he's the best pass rusher in the draft, especially when with the 6th overall pick.
That was
as a
from
pass
Mike
rusher.
Mayock and Therese Paler. So that's from 2 well-known NFL.
Yeah, but this is Mr.
sources.
Slut, so
Yeah.
let's give him some credit.
And then in the 3rd round, they went with Derek Nottie out of Florida State. Dude's supposed to be just in the words of John Gruden, a fire hydrant of a man. That he's a brute, run-stopping nose guard that's going to plug up the middle.
I think this is the guy that's going to make a difference this year.
We really need
Nose tackle.
somebody.
Is this
to,
the dude that blocks all the kicks?
Yeah.
Or was that someone else? I just remember watching
that was
highlights.
I think that was.
He had like 14 block kicks, right?
I don't
thought
know if
that
that
was
was.
somebody else.
I don't know if that was.
Where'd
him
he
or not.
go?
Florida State.
Nope.
Nope,
Not
that
that guy.
wasn't him.
Nope. It was a small school. Mary had that like.
But he
Ricky
fits.
Dink
He fits
Stadium.
the scheme. He fits the 3-4 nose tackle. Clog up the middle kind of guy. Let the linebackers. That's what you need, especially if
Right.
you're going to play a 3-4. As good of linebackers as we have now. With
Is
the
Chris
Pistons.
Jones not that guy?
He's a D end.
He'll
He's
play
a
on the
good
outside.
Yeah.
I thought he
But,
was
like,
inside.
So you'll have Derek Nottie and Xavier Williams on the inside this year, because Williams was brought in to kind of replace Logan leaving. So
Okay.
And 3-4 D ends, they do kind of the same kind of thing as
Right.
well, but especially in the middle as a nose tackle in a 3-4 system, you basically are. You need to take up 2 guys.
Yeah, you need a tank.
Yeah, you need a guy that's just literally going to take up a center and a guard, so your linebackers can make plays.
Roam free. Yeah.
So some more quick facts on Derek Nottie. He started all games last year with 53 tackles, 10 tackles for loss. Was a first-team All-ACC player in 2016. In 3 years after he started every year after his sophomore year. In the 3 years that he played, he made All-ACC in first, second team at one point. 3-year starter, and he was also voted most improved defensive player as a sophomore. So I think kind of what Eric was saying, I think this guy's got a chance to be something special. So we'll see.
I think he's going to play a lot early on.
Yep.
And he was a 3rd rounder?
Yep, he was our 3rd rounder. And our second 3rd round pick was Dorian O'Daniel. He was out of Clemson, linebacker.
Strong defense last year.
Yes. Yeah. This guy is. I think he's going to play more special teams than anything. They say he's a little small for a linebacker and a little big for a safety, but he's got safety tendencies. So I see him being a big special teams guy, and that's what everybody in the NFL draft class was saying, is that this guy's going to probably be mostly a special teams player. But last year was voted second team all conference, 103 tackles, 11.5 tackles for loss, and 5 sacks, 7 passes defended, and 2 pick sixes. So guy's got a motor, it seems like. Very technically sound and one of the best tackling linebackers. They think coming out wraps up pretty much everything, which is great to hear from.
Yeah.
And you can morph into a starter. I mean, look at Mike Maslowski. He made a career
Yep.
out of being special teamer, and then he just moved up.
Yep. They think for him to be better, he needs to get a little bit stronger and be able to beat the blocks a little bit. He says he can kind of get tied up with wide receivers and slot guys coming out and blocking, so he needs to be able to shed blocks a lot quicker. So, but I mean, you always need special teams guys. Special teams are big for us, especially with Tyreek Hill returning kicks. You get guys in there to be able to block, and who knows, the sky's the limit for Tyreek as a return man at that point. So,
What was the next pick?
Amari Watts, the Texas A&M safety, and this guy picked him up in the 4th round,
I
and
actually like him a lot.
a lot of people are high on this guy. He's big. He can really assist in run defense. He plays a lot sideline to sideline. They think, again, this is from NFL.com. They're saying that this could possibly be the best safety to come out of the draft. Now, I think that's being a little. That's from NFL.com. That's
I know,
not
but-
Chiefs. I don't know why you're laughing at me there.
Well, because Derwin Jackson, who
Well, that's what I was.
beats up
That's what I
Florida
was getting ready
State,
to say.
and then the kid out of Alabama, I don't see how you could put those guys are like
Mika
studs.
Fitzpatrick.
And
The-
to say a guy in the 3rd round, that many people, it's
Well,
not.
it was the 4th.
It's
Hey,
a good pick.
they gotta sell it. They gotta
Yeah,
sell it.
I get it.
Well, and this is before he was even drafted. Like they're saying that he has the potential to be one of the best, if not the best, safety in the class, if he puts his mind to it and actually does the work.
I think it's a pick of need. We need somebody to play opposite Barry, and I think that was a big part of why we kind of sucked last year is the fact that we didn't have guys that could come up and stick people. We
Yep.
had a bunch of pussies running around, just trying to drag people down and not actually hitting people.
Marcus Peters.
Yep.
Well, I think one of the biggest things last year that really hurt us was pass rush. Like everybody had all day to throw against us. So it's
Yeah.
cover. I mean, cover guys are big. You definitely need good cover guys. But if they have to cover somebody for 8 to 10 seconds per play, somebody's going to get open.
They got to start putting pressure. And you can't just have Houston drop back coverage all the time. And they need other people that can rush the passer as well. And obviously, just looking at the draft and the amount of DNs and defensive tackles and linemen is obviously that was a
Gotta get to the
focus
quarterback.
of need. It was to put pressure on the quarterback, which is you have to do.
Right, and you don't pay Houston to cover. You pay Houston to rush the quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With an offense like ours, if we can turn the ball over and putting pressure on a quarterback, you're going to get more turnovers. That's going to be huge. And we can go with the bend but don't break defense like we have in the few.
I hate bend don't break.
But if you can get turnovers with that offense, you're going to win games.
I just want Bob Sutton to be creative like he was 2 years ago with our fronts.
And they say that they're going to be way more aggressive this year. They've interviewed Chris Jones, Raheem Nunez, Roches, Justin Houston. Everybody that they've interviewed has said that we're going to be way more aggressive in attacking this year, which is what we were not. That's the complete opposite of what we were
Well,
last
I
year.
feel
They
like
need to.
I feel like we had like guys that on like the D back in the backfield there that could like play some coverage, but you can't play coverage for as long as they were allowing,
Right.
the quarterback to have time. Because you can only play coverage for so long. Some quarterback's gonna find some window and hit their wide receiver at some point.
Right.
Especially the way the NFL is going now with all the quick passing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you got to have guys that can cover as well, but we need to put
Especially
pressure.
those back shoulder throws. Those are so hard to cover, anyways. And then, so after we picked him, we'll go quick through these last couple picks. We got Tremon Smith, cornerback from Central Arkansas. This kid's he's ran a 4.3 40. Probably one of the quickest back pedalers is what they're saying. Guy can really move well backwards, so that's good, I guess.
That's a thing.
So it's a plus.
Voted third team FCS All-American, first team All-Con in 2016. Former quarterback as well, so maybe we can do something with that. But they think this guy's going to be a lot of special teams. Got good chance to return kicks.
He's our special teams wildcat guy.
It could be big to maybe start moving Tyreek a little bit out of the return game, bring in this guy because you don't want. I mean, you can't have Tyreek returning forever if you're wanting him to be a big part of your offense.
I don't know. He's that powerful, though. He's that good.
He's such a game changer in that spot. They tried to get him away from it last year, but I mean, there's nobody better than him. That's such a huge advantage.
The big knock on this guy is that double moves really work well on him. So he's got to be able to adjust quick on the fly if anybody tries to double move him, which he's going to see a lot in the NFL.
I don't think he's going to see a lot of the field this year, except for on special teams for the most part.
Is this our 6th rounder?
6th rounder. This will be more of a project pick.
I think he'll honestly make
he may not even make it, to be honest. But
this next guy, I hope he makes the team. I love this guy.
This dude's better make the team.
Okay, then I'm excited. Let's go.
Khalil McKenzie,
Oh, okay.
son of Oakland Raiders GM Reggie McKenzie.
Yeah, and he already started talking shit.
As soon as he was drafted, he told his dad, he goes, "Man, I can't wait to whoop up on you twice a year." First thing he said.
Ryan showed me the picture of his draft party. Not one smiling face except for him.
They're all wearing like black shirts that say, real men wear black or whatever, and he's sitting there like big smile on his phone. I mean, he just got drafted, and everybody around him is just pissed. Like it didn't look like it was scripted.
Where you at, Dad? 7th round, really?
Yeah,
6th round. We traded up for him.
Okay,
we traded our 2 7s to move up.
Okay,
but still, what they're planning on doing with him is they're wanting to move him to offense actually and play guard, which is. I mean, that's what Brian Waters did. I'm not comparing him already to Brian Waters, but
he should make the team just out of spite.
Yeah.
Do you hear what Charles Woodson said?
Yeah, I
did. He said he should retire now.
Yeah.
He was as a Raider, a guy that was brought up as a Raider fan. His dad works, so he should just retire rather than play for the Chiefs.
Oh, bullshit.
Obviously, he was just talking shit, but he's got a kid's got a chance.
No, I'm into that. As much as he's talking shit, I hope he keeps going.
Oh,
For real.
That'd be awesome.
I think he's got a shot. I mean, if they're willing to take a pick or take a flyer on a guy and then try to work you into the offense after never. He did a lot of offensive drills at his pro day, and actually his dad came out and said, one, obviously he's happy for him, hope he does well, and they said if we were to pick him, that's what we were going to do was move him to offense too. So, sounds like that was pretty much the league consensus was see if he's got the chops to make it as an offensive lineman.
What's up with how shitty is Tennessee that they couldn't figure that out? They just left him at defensive tackle if he was good enough to play at the professional level at guard. I that probably explains why there's the whole Tennessee staff got pretty much fired. So
hate you, John Curry.
What about other draft news? Anything else?
Well, free agent stuff.
I was about to say, you skip on that one?
What? Oh well,
I'm sure
we'll
you're
see.
Excited about one. I'm sure.
Well, there's a couple of them. The one that I'm excited about both, but Chiefs just signed Byron Pringle, who is a K-State wide receiver. Really excited about that one, so I hope he makes it. The thing with him though is that our K-State offense wasn't all that great last year, so they didn't have really much of a way to shine. But dude's quick. He's an older rookie. The kid's gonna be 25 years old already. But
holy shit!
Years.
I guess he had some trouble coming out
with reading.
No, it was not reading. I said K-State, not Missouri.
The guy's 25 and he just graduated college. I'm just saying. It sounds like he got held back a few times.
No, it was he had a rough childhood, is what it sounds like. So he didn't really go to college until legal stuff had to get fixed.
And Eric is the asshole of the week.
Yeah, no, but I mean, that's all behind him. He hasn't had any problems within the last 8 years or something like that. So. Everything's good there. But the other one that I'm really excited for is Elliott Berry. We signed Eric Berry's brother.
Oh, did we really? Tennessee?
Yep. His other twin brother went to Cleveland, to Dorsey.
What a dickhead.
Right. But
fuck that guy.
Elliott Berry's a linebacker, could play safety as well, they said. But I mean, that'd be kind of cool if we could have the Berry brothers roaming the defensive backfield.
Yeah.
So
if he's like his older brother,
what about Blake Mack?
He's gonna be a boss.
Blake Mack?
Yeah. Oh well, he's a tight end. We signed him in free agency too.
Where's he out of?
Arkansas State.
Arkansas State.
This is famous implication.
That's why he's talking about it.
He was good. He was good in college.
What about that? There was an Australian rugby player, never played in American football.
Down a football.
Big old boy.
Well, never played a down of football and drafted in the 7th round. What was he? 6'8", 345.
Dude's a monster.
And can fucking move.
Runs a 5 flat 40.
I think he's Samoan. He looks like he's Samoan.
Oh, I don't know. From Australia?
I just hope he does a haka
Pacific
dance.
Islander.
I don't know.
Dude.
He's a beast. They showed him. He was actually at the draft, I think, or they showed him. When they drafted him, he actually came up on.
I don't remember his names, but there's videos out there of him just trucking people.
Didn't the Packers pick up somebody that was kind of the same thing? Like he was.
49ers picked up a.
Well, I thought he tried out with the
player.
Packers, and then Packers cut him, and the Niners took him.
That might be it.
Something like that. But yeah, so he wouldn't be the first rugby player to come over to do it. But it was so funny though to listen to the rugby announcers try to from Australia to try to explain American football and what's going on. Like, oh, the guys, they're running down the field for kickoff, and there must be a timeout. Play stopped. I don't know what's going on. All right, so the offense is on the field. He ran the ball 2 yards, and another timeout. I don't know what's going on. Everybody huddled back up to talk things over, I guess.
American football, for people that don't know anything about it, is probably the hardest sport to explain.
Yeah, I
what
imagine
mean?
there's a
With
lot of
all the
what's going on
penalties
now?
and rules and shit. Oh, like, why the fuck did they call the flag? Oh, we held him. Oh, why did they throw the flag? Because he chopped block. I don't know. You know what I mean? There's like a million different things that can go wrong in any NFL play.
Yeah.
So
To stop it.
his name is Jordan Mailata. He's 6'8", 346, and he has a 35.5-inch arms.
Jeez,
He's just an
a
absolute
fucking
monster.
And
hoss.
what's he going to play in the NFL?
Offensive tackle.
Offensive
Well, he's got
tackle.
the offensive tackle size. Normally,
Yeah.
tall guys with long arms. They can. That he's quick.
Do you think
But
they'd
I,
try him out at tight end at all with that size?
I think he's
If
too
he-
big to
if
play
he
tight
can
end.
catch, yeah.
He's probably too big to play tight end.
But he can move though. That's the thing. Like watching his highlights, he's
He's-
big, but he can
moves
fucking.
at
He's
like
not
Tom
like
Brady
Jason Witten.
Nobody's
Jason
that
Witten
slow.
was like a turn and run straight. He couldn't fucking juke anybody. Like this dude can juke people after shorts.
I would have thought
I saw more of
DN.
a
I would have
stiff
thought DN for sure.
Okay.
A guy coming
Oh,
off the
yeah.
Oh, that
corner.
would've been a good one,
He
too.
is a great tackler as well.
I mean,
'cause-
he's 6'8", put his arms up. That's gonna be hard to throw over the top of that.
Yeah.
And with that speed at 5 flat,
Separation.
that big,
But
he
hell,
could-
maybe they'll just put him in spread it move him around. you know
Yeah,
what
that's what I
mean?
was going to say.
Find
A
out.
7th round pick, that athleticism, you can almost do whatever you want.
Well, just with the leverage aspects of a defensive end, and that would be
Just
that would
move
be
him
huge.
around and try him different places.
He'd probably be too big to be a tackle, a D tackle, just because it's such a leverage, getting low to the
Getting
ground,
low,
and
yeah.
getting underneath the guards and centers. So, but on end, I feel like that would work. But I mean, they're the experts. Offensive tackle, I guess, and that's where the money's to be made, anyways. Playing
Yeah.
left tackle.
Oh, yeah, it's big
I
money.
mean,
huh?
look at Dallas's tackle, that big old Lawrence or whatever his name is. Huge, number 77. That's all I remember.
No idea who you're talking
Huge
about.
guy. I think he's almost damn near the same size, but he's been very, very dominant in that position.
Well, hell yeah.
We can go through the Raiders and Broncos and their drafts and stuff too, but they just loaded up. A lot of them loaded up on defense. Raiders made another trade for Martavius Bryant, which is freaking their offensive
We're
receivers
so
just
fucked.
is like
Jordy
ridiculous.
Nelson, Cooper, and now fucking Martavius Bryant. We better get some pass rush because they're gonna be able to throw the ball all over the place.
Yeah.
But the big thing is Martavius Bryant's one strike away from being indefinitely suspended from the league,
And
and
now
he's
he's-
getting ready to go to Vegas.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting to
Hell
watch.
yeah!
Hell yeah. Get him in trouble.
I'm excited about the Chiefs because the Royals haven't given us much to talk about. 6-20 on the year. Did get in a little bit of a ruckus yesterday, but
And how they solved that?
they just talked and pushed each other away, and then everybody went back.
Baseball fights are such bullshit 90%.
No,
of the
but what
time.
happened? Didn't someone come out on the field?
Yeah, actually, James Shields, former Chiefs pitcher.
Chiefs pitcher.
Or
Royals.
Chiefs, wow.
pitcher.
I'm still on Chiefs draft mode. Former Royals pitcher James Shields comes out, sprinting out of the dugout, was one of the first, I think, to actually come out, and runs right at Ian Kennedy and just gives him a hug while everybody else is pushing each other and stuff
that's
over
awesome.
in the corner.
That's
He just
awesome.
runs
I'd
up
see
and
that.
hugs him, and that's it. That was all he did.
Hell
That's
yeah.
awesome. Well, it's weird because it was Salvi of all people. That's
Yeah.
the nicest guy. Everybody loves him. It's Salvi, the one that stands up for the.
He
young
stands up for the
pitcher.
pitchers, yeah. So I guess the guy was kind of showboating a little bit coming out of the box when he hit the home
But
run.
normally he's a pretty soft-spoken guy. He's always the one that you see when we used to get in those brawls a couple of years ago with Chicago. He was always one of the people that was always breaking it up, and there he is out there getting into it.
I like it.
He's only been back for like
best friend.
He's only been back for like a week.
Yeah, Locane's gone. He's
Yeah, he's
missing
missing
his best friend.
Yeah.
That press conference with them was pretty awesome, and the Kansas City fucking representing, coming out for Kane and giving him that standing ovation.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
great.
I
That's
mean, he
pretty
deserves it. I think they do the same thing
absolutely.
for like Hosmer when
They'll do the
they're
same for
too.
him.
Pretty awesome because
Like, any of
wasn't
those
he in the
guys.
locker room before the game too?
Yeah, he went to the
Yeah.
locker room, was hanging out with the guys beforehand.
Salvi
I
showed
bet it
up
was
at his
probably weird for him too, being in the visitors' locker room. Like, man, I used to be on the other side.
I've never seen this shit.
Yeah, this is where I'm
Salvi
at.
actually showed up to his post game and was videotaping him like you would do back in the day on Instagram.
That's
that was pretty
awesome.
Well, it's that time in the show. We have an FMK. A fuck, marry, kill. We have Emma Watson, Jennifer Lawrence, Anna Kendrick. You got to fuck one, marry one, kill one.
That one's
Say it again.
tough.
Emma Watson,
That one's really tough.
Anna Kendrick, and Jennifer Lawrence.
That's not fair.
Are we ready?
I don't want to go first. Though.
I'll go first.
I always get judged.
So
way too
I watched a video recently. Jennifer Lawrence, she's the one from
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games. She was doing these interviews, and evidently, I think she was on Ellen or something like this. I saw this on Facebook, and she has this alter ego, this drunk alter ego, and I obviously relate to that.
Who's this again?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
She, I think she called. I can't remember what she called it. This sucks, but she actually has an alter ego where when she gets drunk, she becomes this person.
Not mad at it.
Right, and I feel like that's just I got to marry her because that's me.
Okay.
I have that same thing going on, and so I guess that's tough. I'll go Anna
I'm gonna
Kendrick.
Be the same.
Kendrick. I'd fuck Anna Kendrick, and
You're going to kill Emma Watson?
I know it's so weird, but I just really like the character or their personalities are just awesome. Like I've seen like
Okay.
I'm
videos
100% on board with Eric. Love Jennifer Lawrence.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Bab?
I'm
I know you're not a
gonna
big Jennifer Lawrence guy.
Marry Emma Watson. Man, I've had a crush on her since Harry Potter first came out. 'Cause she's only like a year older than me.
Yeah.
But
What are you doing over there?
I clicked on Facebook and it was a video. I was trying to find the Jennifer Lawrence thing. Sorry.
I would fuck
Amateurs.
Jennifer Lawrence and I would kill Anna Kendrick.
Oh, how dare you?
I'm just
so tough.
Anna
I like
Kendrick.
all three of
Sometimes she
those.
looks really pretty, and then there's other times
I think
where
she's a
just
smoke
like,
show
eh.
all the time.
You know, Jennifer Lawrence. is sort of
She's hot in that way that I think I could actually get with her.
real.
Have
She's
you ever read
approachable.
her funny tweets? It's like a thing.
Oh,
It's on-
yeah. I'm
hilarious.
not
She's
taking
so
anything
funny.
away from her. Yeah,
Yeah.
her Twitter is the best.
She seems like
ever.
somebody I'd want to hang out with. Both.
Yeah, she sounds really funny.
This one's tough for me because I'm a big fan of all three of these
I know
people.
that about you.
I would. Oh,
Sometimes I feel like Ryan is like,
I
he
don't
gets
know.
very emotional about these
Yeah.
things.
I don't know. I'll probably. I feel like I got to marry Anna Kendrick and fuck.
Just pull the trigger. Just
Fuck Emma Watson, kill J Law, which I hate because I'm a big J Law fan.
Okay. I'm going to marry Anna Kendrick. I'm going to fuck Jennifer Lawrence. And I'm going to kill Emma Watson.
That's the only
I need that
other
accent,
acceptable
man. I'm
way.
a big accent guy.
Yep. Yep.
yeah. That's. Wish there was one that was easier. Normally, until like this weekend, I probably would have killed Jennifer Lawrence.
I don't
But
want
after
to kill
seeing
anybody.
But after seeing that video, I was
And
like,
her
wow.
like interviews are always hilarious. Like the one when she met or Jack Nicholson walked up on her.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that shit's so funny.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
She tripped up the stairs at the Academy Awards, right? At the
Oh,
Oscars.
yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, I remember she was talking about how like her designer told her, "It's like when you walk, you have to kick, step." And when I won, I just completely forgot about that.
Well, I didn't bring this up at the top of the show, but we are past 1,000 downloads. And we did that with less than a month.
Fuck yeah, baby!
Congratulations to us.
Woo woo woo!
So if you want to be,
Let's get shots.
we need more people. Definitely, let's do that. But we need more people. Be part of the thousands of people that listen to our show.
Hell yeah!
When we release a post on Monday for Mercer on Fire, which check that out this week, nope, we released it 2 days ago.
Well, you can still check it out this week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
but
still check
still
it out.
check
Still
it out.
check it out.
It is with Jeff Caldwell. He's running for governor of the state of Kansas for the Libertarian Party. Really cool. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, you can find something to agree with this guy on. Check it out. It's really cool. But share our posts that we make on Facebook. On Wednesday, we blast out Dean and the Boys stuff. Be sure to share that. Tell all your friends.
Comment on our stuff too. We want to hear from you.
Yeah,
wanna
send
hear
us
about it.
questions, man. We like the questions and
Yeah,
topic questions.
Yeah, right now
for
we're
us to talk
compiling
about.
questions, and we need more. Neil, I know you're out there listening. Send us questions. But you can do that by going to, sending us an email at questions@brosouptime.com. Be sure to check out Amazon. Go to brosouptime.com, click on the microphone in the top right-hand corner. That will take you to Amazon, and they will send a little bit back on their end. Doesn't cost you anything extra. Just use Amazon as you normally would. And you guys need some Bro Soup Time merch.
Yeah, we got some swag.
Yeah, get yourself some Bro Soup Time swag. The shirts are soft as shit.
They're great.
So go to brosouptime.com/shop. And yeah,
The logo's pretty badass too.
hell yeah.
Just saying.
Rep our shit. But thanks for joining us today. We love you. Bye.